Okay.
So I'm just gonna take Renoa on a date before we deal with the Civil War thing. So I'm sure things will just be fine.
Oh. This place is huge. Do you think it's bigger than Galbadia's garden?
Who gives a shit?
Actually,
We're in the
smaller.
sea.
It's actually smaller, Renoa.
But not
We're
by
in the
much.
sea. Who gives a shit?
Wow, Dwebs, that previous part really pissed you off, didn't it?
Okay, I mean, it's transforming into an airship I could buy, actually.
Who knows?
But it's the
Sid, it was
events
Sid,
that-
it was Sid that pissed you off, like me, right?
Yeah. The problem was the stuff after that.
You mean everyone pouring everything onto Squall's head? The fact that nobody seems to really care that we're out in the ocean where we could die of starvation?
What's over here?
Or drowning if you fall off the damn thing.
Or cabin fever. That is very much a thing. But it's okay, we're on a date with Renoa. I'm on a date with Renoa.
This is not okay.
How cool is that?
The car park.
What about over there?
All
It's,
the fun side
seriously, I have to ask, are there no tech whizzes or any kind of repairman mechanics in that could be much more qualified to steer this fucking thing?
To be
There
fair,
were,
Pedro, this
but
cool
they probably
this
were.
cool
Showing
actually
you
doesn't-
around.
I
You
really
talked about like
appreciate
3 rooms.
I really
to-
appreciate you showing me around.
to be
Yeah.
fair, Pedro,
Well,
this school
welcome.
doesn't instruct, engineers or
I guess.
machinists.
Sure.
But can you try to make it a little more fun? You know, like a normal tour.
Oh,
Okay,
sure,
okay, you know
sure.
what?
Well,
You
sure.
know what? I'm going to guide them. Hello,
Okay.
Vanilla. Welcome to the tour of Balam Garden.
What does she
Over
want
here
from
is-
me?
Yeah, exactly.
Over
A tour?
over
Weren't you
here are the class.
listening?
Over here are the classrooms. Over there is the cafeteria, and over there is where you'll be going if you don't shut up.
Can you make this more fun? Yeah, sure, Reno. Want me to up your ass while I'm at it?
There's a good fountain
So,
right there.
okay.
And then Squall hears in the back of his brain a distant echoing voice, "I told you!
Actually, you didn't tell me jack shit about your dating time
Girls
with
not at
Renoa.
your age!
Holy crap,
Go for
Java-
the MILF.
Holy crap, Java just busted out the S word. Kind of.
Well, it's more
Anyway,
so
tell
me
him to
doing
stop
it
letting
as
him when
Squall.
you see him.
It's more.
Also,
it's
Squall's subconscious really wants him to date MILFs, okay?
No, it's not so much that, Jirai. At this point in the...
Christmas isn't even as milk.
That's the thing, Shiroi. At this point in the story, Squall doesn't want... Just wants to be left alone, but nobody will.
The Garden Master wishes to see you. Report to the Bracket Master room bracket right away.
Oh boy.
Piece of shit.
Where is the bracket master's room bracket?
Take the bracket elevator to level B1 bracket. You have permission to
Is that what B stands for?
Do I really
Basement.
have permission to go into the bracket elevator bracket?
It stands for basement.
Yeah, if you don't hurry up, you'll be on the receiving end of my bracket whip brackets.
Alright, like we said, Lives and Shira, you're not ready for this.
No, you are not. Nobody is.
Okay.
Are you ready? Huh. This is a thing.
Please.
Please.
Actually, it's me, actually. Please, listen to me.
The headmaster's here?
Again, game, it would help if you put the name there like you do for the other balloons. Just saying.
Oh, hi, Quistis.
Oh, hey, Questus.
Where are you going and why am I here all of a sudden?
Let me guess, you're probably here to help us out with an
Yeah, it's
upcoming
an excuse to
battle.
have the
Did you
entire party.
teleport?
Huh? Oh, I'm looking for the headmaster.
You know, in about a minute or so, you probably won't be in.
Let go of me! I'm not finished!
I think you may need
Oh,
our
shit.
help.
You're fired.
Greedy son of a bitch. Why did I even bother talking to you?
Language in front of the students.
Seeds were brought up for the future, and that future is now. Why can't you understand?
Please understand. They just toss you in there.
Damn it!
Maybe if I thought my job.
Sid's got a bit of a potty mouth
I should have never trusted you. I wish I could go back 10 or so years to tell myself that you're nothing but a money-grubbing son of a bitch. Then I would have never built this place. I'll get back to what he's saying right now in a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
That's the I'm tired pose.
Headmaster?
Well, to be fair, that's the... Oh, God. Squall?
Yes, that's my name.
No,
Don't
it's
wear it
Leon.
out. Yeah, whatever you say, Squall.
You heard everything?
Well, kinda.
Yep.
The end bit.
Yes.
I'm embarrassed, but sometimes even old men like me lose their temper. Well, that's normal.
These
Yeah.
kids are gun blades.
Let's get out of here.
If only.
If only if it were that simple.
Actually, we were called here by the Garden Master, so we have to stay.
Sir, I still have to give you my report.
Time and place, Squall.
To hell
Jesus
with the
Christ.
report.
Please come to my office later for that report.
And this time get the hint, Squall.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna guess. When we go to his office, he's dead.
No,
No, don't
no.
worry.
No.
Sid, don't worry, Drew. Sid doesn't die. You're fine. Shiri, please.
Oh, and that doctor.
Is she talking about Dr. Kadawaki?
I think so.
But-
Remember, she's the one that told us to look for Sid as well.
Ah, okay.
Go on.
Oh, and Dr. Katawaki wants you to go to the infirmary. She sounded very serious.
Oh yeah, you're right. We talked over it. Yeah, okay. Looks like I finally made her mad. Basically, Dr. Kadawaki is worried about his health, so he wants him to go to the infirmary.
Yeah, back to your room, Graham. So.
We have to watch every step of him going.
It's time for your
I'll
meds.
I'll be this one. You're the seeds who returned from Galbadia, correct?
Yes.
Indeed.
What of it?
And now they're looking at each other for some reason. Whatever. It's about time. Master NORG has been waiting for you.
With all capitals.
Why is it written like that?
I don't know, Shiro,
Because-
but
Is
don't
it
worry.
even an acronym or anything?
No,
Yes,
we,
it's
and
an
we've just started.
You would think.
Well, if it were an acronym, wouldn't there be full stops after every letter?
Not necessarily.
Whenever Master NORG calls you, be sure to be there within 3 seconds.
Oh,
Ooh,
what happens
ominous
if we-
organ.
What happens if we time out? Do we decide?
Whips.
3 seconds.
Alright, here we go. Master NORG is a giant yellow octopus.
Okay.
See, Whips, I told you.
Teo,
After all,
Jova.
This is the
Octavio,
Galbadian
is that
master.
you?
the
The
Garden
proprietor
Master.
of Garden is an octopus.
Yeah, of course!
Okay, don't worry, guys. I think I've got a suitable voice.
Oh yeah. Alright, have fun, Whips.
Sazzle.
Not human. Come to think of it, we didn't know anything about him.
He's a musician octopus. This is Splatoon. Oh my god.
Well, you know,
Is he-
octopuses are
That's
one
not
of the
even-
few
I don't know, that doesn't even look like an octopus. I don't even know what the hell that thing looks like.
It actually has tentacles or
Okay, okay,
tendrils. But
You
again,
know what?
I'll have to explain more later.
You know what? To be fair, in some sense, it does make a bit of sense because octopi
There we
are some
go.
of the.
Yeah, it does.
Give your report on the sorceress.
A bit of a fun fact, animal-wise, octopuses are some of the few animals capable of nurturing a grudge.
Alright,
so-
my turn too.
Yeah.
I don't know about
When
you, but when I got to this point, I was just laughing in disbelief.
Yep.
Now, where do I start?
I don't know, Squall.
You're an
I don't know.
octopus.
This is quite ridiculous
And
even
what-
for this series.
Answer them quickly. Be concise. And keep in mind, this is not meant to be a comedic moment. You're supposed
No,
to take
it is
this.
super. Remember, also organ and everything. This is super serious.
This is supposed to be taken 100% seriously.
We failed to assassinate Sorceress Idia. It's going to be a sad report. Confirmation of Headmaster Sid's order was made at Galbadia Garden. Sir,
What the hell am I even?
after Irvine Caneas of Galbadian Garden joined our party and screwed up the mission, we set off to carry out the Sorceress's assassination order from Balam and Galbadia Guardian.
Balam and Galbadia's orders.
Yes.
Norg the Fat demands more pies!
You were fooled.
I'm sorry, I can't take this seriously.
You were fooled.
And he speaks in all
guys-
then he speaks in all caps.
You know what, guys? I don't know what you guys are talking about. It makes perfect sense considering how octopuses are some of the few animals capable of nurturing.
Go ahead, Jova.
I don't understand.
No, me neither, Squall, me neither.
Explain to them.
Okay.
Apparently, they just punch fish for no reason.
Master Norg has known about the alliance between the President of Galbadia and the Sorceress, and he apparently hasn't told us anything about this for whatever reason. He heard it from the Galbadia Garden Master himself. Apparently, they're all in on this crap.
Wow, was that one called Borg?
Maybe?
No, remember, we already encountered him.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Garden Master.
Yeah, sure. Look at it!
Well, how else am I gonna voice this?
With his
Go ahead.
The master of Galbadia Garden is a subordinate of my named Martine. Norg and Martine.
It's Norg and Martine!
That's like a sci-fi
I love how me and Troy are the only two able to not laugh at this.
I'm just so used to Splatoon by this point. I just.
This is why the sources will definitely try to get
That's it, Troy. This is DJ Octavio's ancestor.
So Master Norg
Jeez.
is an official order to Galbadia Garden. I'm sorry, Master. I don't know what came over me. It was to kill the Sorceress.
For the sake of argument, I will point out that, in a sense, if any animal was going to be in charge of an assassin's guild, it would be an octopus, because octopuses are actually able to nurture a grudge. So maybe that's the rationale.
Norg's trying to say something. That sly weasel Martine used you for last resort for the assassination. He gave that order to place the blame on me.
I don't. What?
You wanted to blame the giant octopus?
Bastard!
Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Okay, I'm good.
Are you saying that Balam Garden has nothing to do with that order?
Okay, seriously, cutscene direction and all. Why do we have to see his flopping big chin?
You just happened to show up before the mission was to be carried out. They used you.
You see, Jova, they played everyone like a damn fiddle.
God damn it, Kataze, are you trying to kill me? The Sorceress retaliated, just as we suspected.
Huh.
No doubt it was the Sorceress who ordered the missile attacks.
You sound like you're dying, sir.
You don't even know what this guy Norg puts me through. Something must be done to calm the Sorceress's anger.
Wait a minute, that's just...
In order to do so, we needed to hand over those involved in the assassination to the Sorceress. We had to show Balam Garden sincerity. So basically,
you three are fucked.
You three are basically going to be used as tools for surrender. Tough luck, bitches.
Maybe we can talk this out.
Offer the seed's head on a silver platter and pretend we obey the sorceress.
And then what? Stab her in the back? What?
Turn the lights off.
Why aren't we fighting the sorceress?
Oh no, turn them back on, I need to see.
What about all the training we endure every day? What good is it?
It's a laugh. What did you say? You lost to the sorceress. Quit your whining.
You're not I get the feeling Richard realized that this was ridiculous, and that's why he put it in all caps here.
I'm actually gonna check in the meantime if there is similar to Fujina reason they put in all caps.
And Master Sid was saying, but whatever. Hey. Whoa.
Do those things. Sid!
Oh, there you go, Dwebs. He also hates Sid.
That idiot Sid dispatched Seed to kill the sorceress.
I don't...
And if you fail, this garden will be done for.
NORG.
My garden. It will all be over.
You think he appreciates the fact that
That
he landed his
idiot
garden into
Sid.
water?
Has he forgotten that it was I who put up the money to establish gardens?
So there you go.
Oh,
this thing is rich.
That
I
must
thought
have been a very. That
I
must have been.
wanted to offer the sorceress Seed's head along with seeds.
That must have been an interesting investor meeting. Sir, you do realize you are a giant octopus.
But they sided with him.
I don't know why they would want to side with him over a freaky octopus guy who's insane.
This has officially become a comedy at this point.
This is my garden.
You know, Renoa, Quistis, I used to think my life was a tragedy, but now I realize it's a goddamn comedy.
A comedy where the writers clearly are not in on the joke, clearly.
And you know what?
Then what is it?
I don't know, Norik. I don't know.
And you know what they say about the headmaster?
That pathetic married couple.
Oh.
Dun dun dun! Turns
Guess
out...
what? Sid is actually married to the sorceress.
What a twist.
Not really a twist, more like a revelation, but yeah.
What do you think, Shiroi?
I mean, something I called ages ago doesn't surprise me at the least.
Wait, you called them being a married couple?
I don't remember.
Me neither. Whatever.
I'm usually good at remember that stuff, and I don't recall that ever coming up. Maybe it was off commentary.
Whatever. Moving on.
No, it wasn't that. It was something else.
Oh, something else.
Then by all means explain to me that, because I don't know what the hell is even going on anymore in this game.
Hang on a second.
You are trying to take garden away from me.
So what you're saying is that Sid sending us to kill his wife was actually a deluxe plan to get us away from sea.
Oh! Oh yeah, that's right, Jova. She just reminded me. She recalled Sid being a pawn for someone. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, she did actually. Good job, Shiroi.
Oh, that. Okay.
Anyway.
No, it just makes sense now because it hadn't come up until now.
First thing first.
Blue, yellow, red. Lots of magic when red. As long as color stays, I will attack Seed with magic.
Thanks for telling us how to defeat you.
So
First thing first, in this fight you can actually absorb your next GF, potentially, Leviathan. But here's the big thing. If you want to know the story about the Headmaster NORG, the good news is that you don't have to buy a Japanese exclusive novel. It's all in the game. The problem is that you have to essentially travel to a village that it's like on the far end of the world, pretty much. It's called the Shumi village, because that's the name of the race of this fucker, the Shumi. And here they essentially tell you that they were a race of technological blob creatures, and that NORG was like the black sheep who basically defected them and went to found the garden with the excuse of, oh, I'm gonna found my own place with blackjack and hookers, pretty much. And there's that.
Okay, let me point out a bit of the awkwardness of this, aside from the fact that the person who founded this school and is giving it money is a giant octopus. When you give a revelation about something as big as who was behind an organization and whatnot, chances are you may want to dedicate a lot more time to it. For example, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets spent practically a whole story talking about how Salazar Slytherin, one of the founders...
Why me?
Yeah, he's dead just like that. Whatever.
Is that Jim?
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets dedicated a whole story to talk about how one of the founders of the school, Salazar Slytherin, was evil enough to...
Wait, the master now?
Well, remember, Joe, this is the Garden Master. We already established this.
Yeah.
Joe.
Also, that was Dwibs who said that, Pedro, not me.
Oh, well, whatever. Dwibs.
Oh, and by the way, you will never see him again.
Nope.
Yep, he did.
No,
Wait,
actually
really?
no. Actually no. If you return here later, so far it will just be closed in this cocoon. But if you actually return later, you will find a pair of Shumi that actually tell you that they're sorry for the behavior that NORG had, and the cocoon has hatched, meaning that NORG, they actually intentionally left this plot line with a hook telling that NORG is still alive and with a grudge, potentially in an evolved form, but this has never been continued, not even like in a novel or anything.
So
We just left this. We just left this plotline open.
Crazy. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Me neither.
Hey, good job.
Make an 8-2.
I feel like a helpless puppet being manipulated in some major scheme.
An
Oh,
incredibly
like a video game
stupid,
character.
an incredibly stupid scheme. All right.
You
look-
see
Okay,
what
okay.
we mean with the fact that
Sherry.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep. Squall.
You should have seen this coming, you bastard!
She's trying to console him.
No, I couldn't have. Yeah, I'm going to go see the headmaster.
And by the way,
I tried
by,
so hard,
okay,
I got so
Jova,
far,
Jova,
but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
allow me, Jova. Okay, Questis, Renoa, we're going to see Sid, and we're never going to talk about this ever again. Agreed?
Agreed.
Very well. Let's go.
But
Why?
But you see what I mean when a lot of people genuinely thought that after Disc 1 everything was like a dream of a comatose like Squall? Like, I honestly, even if I knew that, again, I knew that it was too far-fetched, but I wouldn't blame them for thinking like this. The game changes, like, does a complete 180 after Disc 1.
Not just after the Squad 2. The game keeps flip-flopping over and over. Like, seriously, Kitase and Nojima literally wrote, and the Garden of the Master turns out to be a giant octopus that speaks in all caps and is called NORG. And
Okay, look. I'll just point out my big major issue with NORG. I don't mind the fact that we have a character named NORG. I don't mind the fact that the person who actually founded and gave money to this organization is a giant talking octopus. Final Fantasy does some weird crap like that. What I do mind is how essentially gets a whole, oh, I was secretly in charge, but we were supposed to help the sorceress, only wait, no, actually the sorceress is working against me, along with Headmaster Sid, so I'm not sure what side I'm on, and then we basically kill him pretty much.
Not just that, Jova. It's basically a big lipped alligator moment. You go there to talk with him. He's not pleased with you. You fight him, and he's never mentioned again.
not just that,
That's the thing, there was all this build-up and everything about, a civil war between the two, but it turns out, nope, none of the students were really siding with NORG, so we didn't even really have to worry that much about it. Hell, when you get down to it, us dealing with NORG is, well, kind of something that just happens off to the side. It's not really given any big fanfare or the build-up to it. We're just told, hey, come, and, we deal with him. But my biggest problem is how quickly it's dealt with. Compare this to, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, where there was a huge revelation that Salazar Slytherin was evil enough to leave a giant snake that was meant to kill certain students that he deemed unworthy here and there. That got pretty much an entire story's worth dedicated to it because, well, yeah, it's something that literally shakes the foundation of stuff to its core here and there.
Taking down the basilisk was a huge challenge.
That too. Whereas this gets the equivalent of a mini chapter in a book.
Not just that, Jova, like me and Tara have been saying, this is yet another case of something that is incredibly silly, incredibly ridiculous, which clashes completely with the serious tone that this game is going for. Like, seriously, imagine you're watching Schindler's List, and then all of a sudden there's a clown on screen. Like, that's what this is.
And it's one of those elements, but it's actually colored on the black and white background.
Okay, and we're supposed to take that seriously. But here's another thing, though. After we do with NORG, even his followers don't really make that much of a comeback. It's just, oh, you beat NORG.
Alright, it's actually important here. Alright, so we're finally gonna get some answers. Go ahead.
Please, tell me the real meaning of Seed and why the hell you're married to that goddamn sorceress.
Seed is Seed, the elite mercenary force of Balam Garden. Do you know something about Seed? Well, we just asked you.
Apparently,
By an octopus.
I never know anything.
And that's the quote for the game.
Basically. Very good, Whips. Seed will defeat the sorceress. The garden will train Seed members.
Okay.
Okay, seriously, with all the weird stuff going on, what was it with 1999 and weird writing like this?
Well, okay. Let me put it like this. The 90s are considered in a lot of terms a peak of a lot of things, but with that peak and increase in quality and thus better reception came more cockiness as well. It's kind of like the idea with the whole extreme thing going on. Oh, sure, it attracted a lot of people, but it also did lead to a lot of dumb stuff. Case in point, Rob Liefeld. Great concept guy. Not the best with execution.
You're
Hell,
quite...
well, some of his creations
Oh,
have
and
been
we're
made
talking
better by
about
other
him being his
people.
wife. She has been a sorceress since childhood. I married her, knowing that.
Wow, you are a great person, Sid.
Yeah.
We were happy. We were together, the two of us. We were very happy.
You sounded like you were very happy.
Then she just decided to
said
dabble in
that.
the dark arts, and it all went from
One
there.
day, Idea began talking about building the garden and training seeds. So there you go. It was all her
Oh,
idea.
look at that. It was Idea's dream.
I became obsessed with that plan. But I was very concerned with Seed's goal, that one day Seed might fight Idea.
Don't you see, honey? It's all part of my long-winded plan to have me eventually become the greatest villain of all time.
That's nice, honey.
It's a bit more convoluted than that, as we're gonna learn later, but yeah,
Yeah, consider that. The joke I made is actually less convoluted than what's to come.
She laughed and told me that would never happen. Irony! However...
Who's laughing now?
Okay, so what shall we talk about next? About Master NORG.
Yes. Tell me about Master NORG. I have so many questions swimming in my head about that.
He is from the Shumi tribe. A black sheep of the tribe, one might say.
Oh, so most of them are peaceful, I guess.
Yes. Just my luck.
Well, he was willing to pay.
We met
No,
while...
but Sid actually tells you that.
We met while I was running around trying to find funds to build the garden.
Did you now? Just walk up to a huge giant octopus guy and say, hey, could you... let me
Good
get
job.
a-
Really all the time.
He became interested in building the garden, and we hit it off. Thanks to his funding, it was founded. However, we needed an enormous amounts of funds to run the garden.
Especially because it's a fucking giant airship.
Which Sid did
So we
not know
began
about.
dispatching seeds around the world as a means of supporting the garden. So there you go, you're also...
Get it? They planted the seeds for the tree that would become...
Ha 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 ha.
NORG's idea was right on the money. An enormous amount of capital began flowing into the garden.
Like a nutrition to a sapling.
And the garden began to change.
And grow.
But it
And
refused to
expand.
That wasn't very cash money of you.
So basically what you're telling me, Sid, is that you saw this guy and you thought, yep, that looks like a trustworthy
I
investor.
can see nothing wrong going off from
You know what
this.
this is like? You know what this is like? This is like if it turns out that the whole Disney Corporation was actually Walt Disney working with the Rat King or something, and it turns out that there's actually a huge mutated rat actually pulling the strings of that whole company.
Yeah,
No, but you're telling that as if it's a bad thing.
what do we do now?
Well, Tio, not for nothing, but rats tend to be monsters, and they can kill babies.
We must stop drifting anytime soon. I only hope that we can get things back to the way they were. I don't think
Unless
that's
they're a
possible at
good
this
rat.
point. I don't think that's possible at this point, Sid. Okay, before I trigger... Okay, hold on, go ahead. Oh, sorry. Before I trigger the next plot point, I think I'm gonna say if I remember correctly. But anyway, yeah, while this is going... Yeah, this is exactly why I've been saying in previous parts, that this is the point where, at least I can speak for Teo, but for me, this was... Oh, hold on. Oh, I forgot about this. Go ahead, Shirei.
Sure.
Yeah, it's true.
Squall! Squall!
AKA the woman that told Cypher to fuck off in the earlier
Again,
parts.
she's cool. So. Have you seen the headmaster around?
We just finished talking
I
to him.
have seen far more than just the headmaster today. I think I need to lie down
What do you
and
mean by
contemplate
that?
about what I've seen.
Please explain.
Well, okay. The guy in charge of our organization is a giant talking octopus who's apparently the black sheep of his own tribe and has been funding us with money.
I think you need to go to the infirmary.
Oh, actually, he's at the infirmary. Well, I mean, okay, not the octopus guy. We killed him, but Sid.
Sounds like trouble. What's wrong? Everything.
Everything is wrong, Renoa.
Everything you know is wrong.
Go to the open brackets second floor deck close brackets and see for yourself. There's a ship approaching.
Oh no! We got an irony ship coming up on us! Man the cannons! Prepare to board them!
I think you mean man the open brackets cannons close brackets.
Yep.
Of course. And man the open brackets, close brackets helm!
It could be Galbadians, or worse, the sorceress might be aboard. Coming to attack us. I should not be laughing.
So what you're telling me is that the sorceress is now prepared to attack a floating school.
You see what I mean about? You see what I mean?
This was all part of Adea's
Yes, I
master
do.
plan, guys. All part of Adea's master plan.
Yeah, you see what I mean about this game being ridiculously easy to make fun of. Yeah, but like I was saying, remember, like me and Theo said, that moment with NORG, that entire thing with NORG, remember. You're supposed to take that
to be taken seriously.
Exactly. Nothing about that was, at least on part of Kitase and Nojima, was supposed to take it seriously. I have a slight suspicion that Richard Marconi would, when he translated this, he probably put in all caps just to, you know, at the very least give some kind of hint of a self-awareness, at least on part. Yes, Dwebs?
Did Hollywood at least get to translate 9 a more sane game?
Yes,
by comparison?
yes, he did. He was one of the primary translators. He also was the localization director for Dragon Quest VIII. He was the one that set the standard for Dragon Quest localizations with that game. But anyway, yeah. But like I said, I don't know how Teo was like when he got to this point, but at this point I was laughing profusely like I just did in this part, and this is the point where I officially went, this game has officially lost me. It's officially jumped. I cannot even begin, even if I wanted to. I cannot take this game seriously at this point. I just cannot. This game is way too silly, way too dumb, and completely unaware of its stupidity. Completely unaware. It's amazing to me, like how this Kitase and Nojima wrote this, and none of them turned to the other and went, this is a bit weird, don't you think?
And both of them got paid for it.
Again, it's not just the fact that it's so weird. Like, Final Fantasy does weird, but it comes out of nowhere and then leaves just as abruptly.
Shiroi, what are your thoughts on all this?
I mean, what can be said?
It's a giant yellow screen. Your argument is invalid.
Sure. Let me just recap for you the amount of events. We figured out that our school is a flying apparatus that can, you know, fly, and then it can land into the water and become a boat, which may now be under attack by pirates or some forces being led by Adea, who somehow must have planned all of this completely from the beginning because she's just that much of a magnificent bastard. Which we're finding out a little after figuring out that the guy who funded our whole organization is NORG, who tried to launch a coup d'etat, an insurrection, which...
remember, Java, you have to describe what he is. You have to describe what he is to make it even...
He doesn't look like an octopus, though.
Okay. He's an octopus guy, and by that I mean he's a guy in white...
They should have gone for an assassination...
Okay. How about this, Shiroi?
I know, they should have.
How about this, Shiroi? Spoonie brought this up, so how about this, Shiroi? We'll compromise. It's a mix between Jabba the Hutt and an octopus. There you go.
Why the hell not?
You know what? Come to think
Well,
of it,
so you don't they, Squall?
I wonder. Do you think that maybe do you guys think that maybe Assassination Classroom got this idea from this game?
I wonder.
You see,
really does.
That's actually a good point. You see, the reason people don't usually laugh madly when Jabba the Hutt appears is because remember, Star Wars is all about having weird aliens and creatures from a galaxy far and far away, so it's more acceptable to have creatures that look, blobby and stuff like that. But this game does not have that kind of setting. Not really. This game, for the most part, has been relatively grounded when it comes to its concepts. Yeah, it has magic in it, but the game doesn't even do that much in terms of fantasy. So, not...
Then out of fucking nowhere, boom, drop this shit on top of you.
It's a complete misunderstanding of how tone is supposed to work on a story. Like, seriously. Ugh. But yeah, that... well, audience, that happened. So, tune in next time. We're going to try a...
Thankfully, the game was gonna basically have, for the time being, like a moment of reflection because the garden will have to be approached by someone and then get repaired. So, thankfully, the characters will have a bit of more time to breathe.
That's another one too. Not only is the plot absolutely ridiculous, the characters are not doing that good of a job of holding the boat afloat because, like I've said before, the characters are underdeveloped. Like, seriously.
Except for Squall, I guess, at this point, who pretty much is pointing out what we're pointing out, and the fact that everyone's pouring pressure galore on him, and he pretty much can't make heads or tails of what's going on right now.
I don't even... Well, everybody, tune in next time where we'll try to salvage what we can from this mess. I can't promise you anything, but we'll try our best to salvage whatever we can. See ya.
See ya.